This is the Central Coast's antisocial network.
All right, here we go. Here we go. I have a weekend hangover. I didn't drink, but I'm just
not wanting to be back.
I'm just not ready to be back.
I hear that.
I don't hate being here. I'm
with you.
You have a life hangover.
Just a life hangover, right? God. Can't wait for everything to move on. I feel like with the election, it feels like you can't get out of this cage, like you're a hamster on a wheel, and you just keep going around and around and around, and I'm just like trying to get off the damn wheel. And it won't be until after the election that we can get on with our lives. Do you feel that way?
On to the other wheel.
I do feel that way. I feel like I'm hoping that a weight will be lifted
right
in a few weeks. I don't know if that's really going to happen.
Before the show,
I mean, as I'm sitting here, we had these conversations with Tommy Gong, and he's saying, yeah, we should have an idea, but some of the closer races, if they're close, we're not going to know for weeks, and that's like a black cloud hanging over my head because of everybody mailing them in this year. So it's like,
did you get your ballot in Friday? You said you were going to go do it.
Yeah, just put it in the mailbox.
I saw you looking at it during the show on Friday, but I didn't.
I was actually voting on Friday.
Oh, you were? You filled it out on Friday
while we were doing the show.
Yeah. For the most part, it's pretty straight up forward. Are you a Royal Grande then? Since you're now living in a Royal Grande, is that where you got? So pretty easy ballot. I mean, some measures.
That was super easy.
Basic stuff.
Nothing local. Nothing hyper local.
Did you look up the Port San Luis commissioner thing?
No, I have a friend who's voting for a guy.
I voted for the fisherman because I said, you know what, he deserves.
Right. No,
and I think he's the current guy.
I got you.
You could vote for 3 though. I only voted for 1.
Why not?
I don't know. I just didn't know the others. I knew the other guy because he was the guy going in. I thought he's been doing a nice job.
You're not doing your money's. You're not getting your money's worth.
But will they still count my vote even though I just did 1? Right? They will,
sure,
right?
I guess. Yeah. It said, if I remember correctly, vote for no more than 3.
Right. Hey, I brought something new to show you today. Show and tell. By the way, good morning, Cameron. Cameron's with us from his home in Paso Robles.
Good morning.
Sounds like Cameron Diaz.
Bearcat alum, by the way, and Cuesta College Cougar. Is that right? Cougars, right?
I graduated from Independence.
High school?
It's like a continuation school across the street.
Oh, would you get caught with drugs or something?
No, I just wanted to get out early. I just didn't like high school.
We had something called Challenger High School, and that's where they sent all the pregnant girls. Were you pregnant?
I was uber pregnant, dude. I was. Oh my God.
Was that what that school is you're talking about? Is it like where the pregnant girls go?
Yeah. Did you go to school with a lot of pregnant girls?
Yeah. No, actually, most of the people there were also people who wanted to get out.
Okay.
It was like. There wasn't a lot of people who were there because grades or drugs or anything.
Okay, well, I'm talking about the 90s and where you're, here in the 2000s.
So is that for?
We had a school for kids that got in trouble and pregnant girls,
right.
And it's terrible. I'm so laughing, but it's terrible. I don't agree with it, and I wish they would have never done it. They should have just let the girls continue to go to our high school, Bethel High School, but they would go to Challenger. And it was in the same
right
school
there
district.
In the name, Challenge.
Yeah, it was.
Your life's going to be a challenge.
What was the name of the school you went to?
In Independence.
Okay. Did they have any sports teams or band or
no?
No.
Okay. Anyways,
how many kids went to Independence?
Oh, probably a couple hundred.
Okay.
You get a degree from there, though.
Yeah. No, I have a high school. I have a high school diploma.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just asking because I don't know, and now I know. So I brought in a new mask. Jeff's been giving me a hard time for a long time because he says I only wear black masks because I think I want to look cool. Which I don't want to look cool. It's just the mask they gave me. So my wife's got 20 masks. She orders them on Amazon.
Why?
And it's one of these cloth ones. And check it out. There it is. My new mask. It's camouflage. Is that okay?
If that's what you want.
I had a plain black one, so I thought I'd dress it up a little, and I thought you would be like,
I really
yeah.
don't. I don't like. You're
Mr. Mask.
Just like with the fingernails. I really don't care. I just grab whatever I have laying around. Sometimes I'll wear my son's mask, which I look silly when I have to wear my son's mask because it's got sharks and stuff on it.
Isn't it a little small for your face?
And it's a little small for my face. So I look like I am half-assing it in the mask department. So it's almost like a big middle finger to people who are, like really wanting me to wear a mask with coverage. I just say to them, I'm sorry, this is all I had available at the time.
My wife told me she was going to get me Seahawks. Cameron, we're both from Seattle area. We didn't grow up in Seattle, but Jeff grew up outside of Seattle. I grew up a little bit further up, but we're Seahawks fans.
Actually, my address was Seattle.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay. So we're from the Seattle area. So we're big Seahawks fans. And so we wear a lot of Seahawks gear and so on. My wife was going to get me a Seattle Seahawks mask. I said, don't you even think about it. Because
that'll jinx it?
No, it's not that
because they're undefeated.
I'm not wearing this damn mask after this thing is over. All right, it's going to go in the garbage. Whatever I have, I'm not keeping. I don't plan on ever wearing a mask again. Now, sure, something down the road could happen, and then I'll go get another mask. But I hate these things. I wear them out of respect for everyone else. But you see some people, they love wearing these stupid masks. They've got the designs on them, and they're flowers or whatever the hell it is. I'm not embracing it like that.
What happens in 3 years when there's another pandemic that comes around?
Like I said, I'll go get another mask.
He goes, digs it out of the trash.
Yeah. I'll go to Goodwill and I'll buy some masks. Can you buy masks at Goodwill?
I wouldn't.
Probably.
I wouldn't though.
But you can just wash them, right? You've bought clothes there and you've washed them.
Yeah, but that's gonna top my list of things I'm not trusting from Goodwill.
What, the mask?
The mask, yeah.
Okay.
This is a study that was done. I mean, this is the time of year, with Halloween being on Saturday. They determined the scariest movie ever. Okay. This was done by Broadband Choices.
Okay.
What they did is they tracked the heart rates of 50 people of different ages who watched over 100 hours of scary movies. After all that research, 100 hours, that's like 50 movies. Probably 50 movies, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, you got to figure maybe even more than 50 movies. 55?
There's so many scary movies. It's a total, year round, I like to watch scary movies. I just have to be in the mood.
They were able to narrow down a list of what they conclude are the 35 most terrifying movies ever made based on people's heart rates.
Yeah.
Do you think you've seen the scariest movie ever made?
I do.
What was it?
I mean, and I've watched a lot. Annabelle's, The Ring, all these that are, and those are good ones. The one about the poltergeists are scary. I'm trying to think of the one where the ghost, the house is haunted, and they put the camera up while they're sleeping.
Paranormal Activity.
Yeah, those are all fake, but they're so scary.
Read the list.
And but The Exorcism of Emily Rose was the scariest movie I've ever seen in my life. And I remember watching it in the theater and literally not being able to sit back in my seat. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. Scared the crap. It was just so, I don't know, so real.
List. That did not make the list.
Well, go watch it.
Of the 35
I guarantee you're going to tell me
movies.
it's scary. I don't know.
Well, I'm curious. How are they determining through heart rate what's scary? Because like with jump scares, that's just like
right. No, so this is how they break it down. Okay, they take
Paranormal Activity was totally that too, right? Like the whole thing was about thrilling. It was all about scaring.
I never saw it.
Like yeah.
But it came in 5. It came in number 5 on the list. So it's definitely up there.
There's 4 more that are scarier than that.
Yeah.
Really?
This is scientifically. These are the top scientifically scary movies. And I don't watch a lot of scary movies.
Since you haven't watched Paranormal, let me just give you a quick synopsis. So they're sitting there and they got the camera up and they're sleeping through the night, right? And then the door slowly opens up to their bedroom all the way. And you're just waiting for something to happen, right? And then they move in the bed. And then you're like, okay, it's just them moving. And then bam! The door slams closed or the house shakes. I mean, it's like you have to grab your breath, don't you, Cameron? It's crazy.
See, the reason I feel like I can never enjoy horror movies because it always just feels like 2 hours of cheap scares. I wanna feel nervous. I wanna feel like I'm gonna I could die.
Like the Blair Witch Project. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed the Blair Witch Project. That is a superb
Blair
movie.
Witch Project did make the list. It was way down there, though. It was number 23 on the list.
Well, give us the top 5 then, since we have number 5.
Well, okay, so number 4 was a movie called Hereditary.
Nope, never seen it. I'm going to look into it, though.
Cameron?
I haven't seen Hereditary. I saw Midsommar, which is with the same director.
Okay.
You're a movie nerd?
Dude, Midsommar's
That's
great.
okay. We had other guys.
movie.
We had other interns that are movie nerds, and one guy tried to give me some kind of weird. What was that? Some website to go to, and I got a virus on my computer. This was like years ago, though. Before, anyways. All right.
Before streaming was a thing.
You said Paranormal Activity was number 5.
Yeah, Paranormal Activity was number 5. Hereditary was number 4. The Conjuring?
Ooh, I might have seen that.
That one I actually was pretty. I couldn't watch all of it because it was.
It had the 4th biggest jump scare by heart rate. It jumped from 65 to 129. So there is some kind of scene in The Conjuring that gets you to. The Conjuring 2, by the way, was on the list too at number 7. Just so you know, the first one is scary.
I have not seen this.
Scarier than the second one.
You know what pisses me off? I watch this with my wife, and she never jumps. I look like a little, 12-year-old girl, screaming, yelling. I'm moving. I'm just moving in scenes, and she's over there going, "What is wrong with you?" I'm like, "You suck." Okay,
I think this movie is
that's number 3, The Conjuring.
is kind of new. I think
It's the time to watch scary movies.
number 2 was Insidious.
Nope, don't know that. Spell that, would you?
Insidious. You go, Did you see it, Cameron?
I got bored and couldn't. It bored me.
Okay.
Why? It's just too slow of a storyline?
I might be getting that one and The Conjuring mixed up.
Now, there's multiple Conjurings, too, by the way. This is the original Conjuring, right? Not the Conjuring 2.
The original one's the 3rd scariest movie of all time, scientifically. So what they did was the average heart rate during the course of the movie is 85 beats per minute. The jump was 129, was to 129. Your resting heart rate is supposed to be 65, or of the people that were involved in this study, the average heart rate when they started the movie was 65. Then the average heart rate throughout the movie was 85 for The Conjuring. That's a difference of 20. And then the biggest spike was from 85 to 129 for a scary scene.
Oh, my God. That's really crazy.
Insidious was 86, and the jump was all the way up to 133.
Whoa!
And that's the second scariest. Apparently, the first scariest movie of all time it was very close between Insidious and Sinister. Sinister was a movie that was released in 2012. It had Ethan Hawke in it, and...
This is number 1?
Yeah, this is number 1. 86 was the average heart rate throughout the movie, and the highest spike was 131. So not as scary for the highest spike as Insidious, but it is the difference was a little bit bigger with the resting heart rate to the average heart rate on the whole.
Well, now I got something to watch
spectrum.
This weekend. I'm going to start downloading these. I don't know if you can.
That's more fair. Like if you're like chilling out during the whole time, and then all of a sudden you're just, it's not really that's not really an enjoyable experience, is it?
You got to go watch The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
It's not on the list. Don't watch it.
No, shut
Jeremy,
up, Jeff. Jeff, shut up. I want to know objectively what Cameron thinks.
Jeremy's a pansy ass.
Because I guarantee you, and now it is a movie that's 15 years old, something like that, but maybe 12. But you should go watch it, and you tell me what you think. I think it's a solid movie, and it's pretty scary. But
okay.
And I'm going to watch Hereditary, The Conjuring, Insidious, and Sinister.
Why don't I just give you the list of 35? Because then
why don't you
can
share the
watch
link
all
on our Facebook page?
I'll do that.
All right,
by the way, ones that are like a widespread watch, like The Shining came in 33. Get Out, which was just recently released, that was number 34. Alien was number 24 on the list.
Yeah, those are lame.
Well, we were talking.
That one deserves to be on there. Alien's great.
Alien is really scary.
Well, I mean, I think Alien as a movie is really great, but it got me a little bit.
Poltergeist number 26, Friday the 13th number 28 on the list.
Which one?
Just the first one.
Jason.
It was number 19. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, number 15, Nightmare on Elm Street, number 13, and The Ring, number 11. A Quiet Place also on there. How's that? What happens in that movie, Jeremy?
Yeah, you make noise, the monster gets you.
Number down quite a bit on the.
My wife got
on the
me
reality
into it.
TV spectrum. If you're watching Below Deck, I feel like you.
What other reality shows are you supposed to watch?
I don't
Big
know.
Brother?
I don't know. What about
Stupid?
What about the Real Housewives series?
My wife watches the OG, the Real Housewives of Orange County, and I do watch that.
Isn't
with
that
her.
the OC?
I call that show. I have a different. So I think this is my thing because it's all on Bravo, and I don't want to act like I'm totally sold out as a man. I call the boat show instead of Below Deck, and I call the Orange County show the Housewives. I call it the bitches because they're all just extremely.
Well, you just called it
huge
the OG
bitches.
a second ago.
Yeah. Bitches.
I guess they have a Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Okay. I've not seen that.
I thought the same thing too, Cameron, at first. And this is the funny part about it is Bravo teamed up with now Wine. So
Wouldn't it be fun if they did a Real Housewives of like Georgia?
I think they have.
No way.
Pretty sure they have.
Yeah.
Atlanta?
Yeah, I think there's a Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Oh yeah, Atlanta's a big city though, but I want to do like like where Honey Boo Boo's from.
Oh,
I do
like
watch Honey Boo Boo.
Rural Real Housewives.
Or From Hot to Not, the June.
That's a show I would watch over the.
That's a great show.
The Rich Housewives.
She's a mess.
I don't want to watch the Rich Housewives. I want to watch the Poor Housewives and the drama. What's going on there? But Knocking Point Wines. Is this a brand that you've ever heard of?
No.
Bravo, your favorite.
You realize how many brands of wine there are? I mean, shit.
Yeah. Your favorite brand of reality TV, Bravo, has teamed up with Knocking Point Wines to launch a wine series in conjunction with the newest series. Now, this is what's funny is...
That was a misleading statement. That's not my favorite network. Discovery's. I like Gold Rush and Deadliest Catch. Those are my shows.
Listen, if you know a single show that's on Bravo...
Squatching. I'm a big squatching.
Then you're somewhat of a fan of the Bravo network.
Yeah, that's true. How my wife and I spend time in Bond.
So the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City has a wine. Now, here's my thing. Have you ever been to Salt Lake City?
No. You can't drink there, though, can you?
It's impossible
No,
to find
I just know Utah.
It's Salt Lake City.
I just remember... I remember in college, I worked with this University of Idaho Sports Network, and I ran the radio side of their games, and the announcers would go, and they would try to find a bar, or they would try to find... Now, these are not in Salt Lake City. These are in other parts of Utah. And I think you know about this, right, Jeff? And they would try to find a liquor store. You can't find one.
Right, and then certain days of the week, you can't get, you can't get beer over any certain amount. I think it's 5%.
How is that America?
It's 4%.
It's 4%?
You can only buy alcohol above 4%.
How is that America?
State liquor
Yeah,
stores.
see, I'm not interested
Impossible for somebody like me to get drunk in the state of Utah. That's why we will not be relocating to Utah.
Your tolerance is not as high as it used to be,
So
buddy.
is this wine then a
Mr.
4%
Dad.
wine in Utah? I mean, it's just like of all the series to team up a wine line with of the Real Housewives juggernaut that they've created over at Bravo, wouldn't any of the other installments make more sense to have a wine line with it as opposed to the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City?
I would agree with that, yeah.
That's like an oxymoron.
Yeah.
With the wines.
Well, the thing is, the other bitches, like the one in Orange County or Beverly Hills, or I know there's Atlanta and there's some New York or something, Jersey, I think, and all these other ones, they all can get wine, right? So they can get any wine they want. But the bitches down in Salt Lake, they probably can't get, they don't have the access. So maybe that's where the tie-in comes in.
I feel bad for them.
I mean, what are you supposed to give them? Like, the Real Housewives have their own flavor of caffeine-free Diet Cola.
A line of chocolates from Hershey? What's next? I mean, seriously, like we can't be putting these things in the community in Salt Lake City. It's against everything that they believe in. I'm surprised Salt Lake City's not in an uproar over this. It's the strangest thing. Anyways, if you're a fan of the series or Irony, look for it. It's Knocking Point's Real Housewives Red Blend, Rosé Blend.
Go get $2 Chuck. You'll probably be
Sauvignon
happier.
Blanc.
Or $3 or whatever it is.
And something else. It all, outside of the red blend, Jeremy, it all looks like white Zinfandel.
No, I know. Honestly, the best deal on wine, if you're don't have certain brands that you follow, is at Trader Joe's.
Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.